Hi, I'm Tom Fiorentino, President of the Art Connecticut Board of Directors. So, how at a time when it's been raining cash for Connecticut state government, did that government end up doing virtually nothing to help the shamefully underfunded nonprofits that provide the lion's share of services for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities? And folks, the underfunding is huge. Take a look at this graphic based on Keith Faniff's reporting in the Connecticut Mirror. You see the Connecticut Nonprofit Community Alliance that the funding gap is somewhere in the area of $480 million per year. Now, one of the things you will hear as an excuse for underfunding is, gee, we wish we could help, there just isn't enough money. So, it's an interesting argument given that last year the state ended up with a $1.64 billion, with a B, dollar surplus. So take a look at this graphic. Does that look to you like there's not enough money? So what happened? Well, we're the victims of a flawed deal between the governor and the General Assembly. Their so-called fiscal or budget guardrails. The flaw was that they assumed some revenue was just too up and down from year to year to use for recurring government expenses, and the only problem with that is they were completely wrong. As you can see from this graphic, the money's been stable in the past, it was stable this year, and it's projected to be stable going out into the future. So as a consequence of their bad deal, $1.3 billion in revenue was unavailable to meet real needs. And the real sin here isn't that they were wrong. It's that once they knew they were wrong, they failed to correct the error. And what happens to that money? Well, like billions before it, it went to the twin obsessions of this government, the rainy day fund and paying down state employee pension debt. So if you look at this graphic, you'll see all surplus present and accounted for. And that rate of repayment on the state employee pension debt, $8.5 billion in 4 years, is simply reckless in face of this state's unmet needs. Basically, these massive payments have ensured that the government has no money left to do very much of anything else. It's as if somehow someone in the government decided, wrongly, that for the duration of the guardrail deal, the government was relieved of all of its other obligations, that so long as they were amassing surpluses and taking care of state employee pension debt, nothing else and no one else, including your loved one with an intellectual or developmental disability, mattered very much. The good news is that key people at the legislature now realize that this is unsustainable. Take a look at this quote from the Senate President Martin Looney, who encapsulates what we've been saying. And also this from Representative Jillian Gilchrist, who is the co-chair of Human Services. I don't think we can have any of the other conversations we need to have until we have a discussion about the guardrails. Well, let's start the discussion. I urge you to contact the House Speaker to let him know that it's time to mend, not end, the guardrails, that the payment of state employee pension debt and creating a very substantial rainy day fund, while important, can't shove aside all other interests, including those of your loved ones. Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please share this, subscribe to the channel because there is more to come.